Hi, I'm David Council from Inferno Marketing and Design, and this is another email update. Now in a moment, I'm going to tell you 7 social media marketing mistakes to avoid. Before I do that, let me just ask you, do you know someone who could use some help with their advertising and marketing? If you do, perhaps you could put them in touch with us or us in touch with them so that we can have a chat. It's absolutely obligation free and we promise we're not going to hassle them. All we want to do is have a chat, maybe solve a problem. And if you can do that for us, we'd love to send you a bottle of wine to say thanks very much. A bottle of really nice Tasmanian wine. All right, let's get down to business and talk about the 7 social media marketing mistakes that you need to avoid. Some of them are pretty obvious, some of them not so obvious. The first one is forgetting to post. Now that seems pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people that don't do it. This week I've been speaking to small business owners right across the country, and many of them have social media pages like Facebook or Twitter, and yet the most common thing that they say is, I haven't posted for a long time, I've forgotten to post, I don't know what to post. All of these are just excuses. If you've got a social media page, and you really should have one for your business, then you need to make sure that you're posting about your business and about things that your customers are interested in. So number 1, make sure you remember to post. Don't forget. The next thing is cliched marketing. You've got to make sure that whatever you post is current. That's really, really important. We've all seen those things that come up on Facebook, for example, pictures of cats, and then 3 weeks later, there it is again. And you look at it and go, I've seen that before, I'm not really that interested. Well, that's exactly what your customers are thinking if you're posting old information onto your Facebook page, or for that matter, Twitter, Pinterest, or any of the pages. So make sure that you're posting current information. Don't be that old dad that's posting out stuff that's old and had its day. Number 3, ignoring your fans. How many people ignore their fans on social media? Now there's a couple of ways that you can be ignoring them that you've really got to avoid. The first one is not answering questions. Facebook, social media, it's all about answering questions and interacting with your customers. After all, if you're answering someone's question, you're solving their problem. If you're solving their problem, then chances are you're going to make a sale out of it. So you must make sure that you interact with your fans and you always answer any questions that they ask. And the other thing that people tend to ignore is when someone complains. Complaining is just part of doing business. People would complain to you on a daily basis about things in your shop. Some of them just slide right over you. You tend to not even give them any credence or acknowledge them at all, because it's just part of everyday life in business. You answer that question, you're doing it automatically. But if someone posts it on a Facebook page or tweets about it, then all of a sudden it's got monumental impact, and you can't afford to ignore that. So make sure that you answer anyone who complains. On your Facebook page, for example, you can do what's known as moderated posting. So you can actually make sure that you see all of the posts that go up before they go live to everybody else. So you're approving them. This is fantastic. Because then if someone does complain, you don't ignore it, you don't delete it, you go and formulate your answer, and then when you release the complaint, you place your answer up there straight away. That way you're seen to being doing something about anyone who has a complaint about your business. Gee, how easy is that? Okay, number 4, buying users. Boy, is this a mistake. Lots and lots of people do it because they see it like collecting football cards. Oh, well, I've got 500 fans on my Facebook page. Oh, really? I've got 750 on mine. You know what? It's not a numbers game. It's not about who's got the most fans. It's about who's got the most fans that are actually interacting with your business. After all, it's only about getting sales. It's about satisfying customers. It's about that relationship interaction. It's not about going, I've got more than you've got. So forget about that. Anyone who offers to sell you, fans, just ignore them. Tell them to go away. Number 5, you've also got to know what's an internal conversation inside your business. Lots and lots of people forget where that line is. Now, before social media, you would never talk about something to a customer that was going on in the back room of your business. You know, the sort of thing that you would talk about over the lunch table. Well, don't do that on social media either. There is a line. You've got to know what is an internal conversation in the business and what is an external conversation in the business. So don't slag off suppliers, don't do that sort of thing. Just keep it to information that's going to help solve your customers' problems. Number 6, Oscar the Grouch. We all know who Oscar the Grouch is. He's a character on Sesame Street. He is not the person who is responding to your social media. So you've got to make sure that you don't get all grouchy and you don't take personal attitude and the fact that you might be having a bad day onto social media. You wouldn't walk out into your shop and then unload to a customer, so don't do it on social media. Leave Oscar the Grouch on Sesame Street. And number 7, admit your mistakes. We all make them, everyone makes them. Don't try and cover them up because you will get found out. If you make a mistake, everyone has a little faux pas that slips out every now and then just cop it on the chin and say, clearly, that was a mistake. Weren't meant to do that. Really sorry. Here's what we're going to do, and move on. Because that's what you would do if it happened in your everyday business. Social media is no different. Okay, so they're the 7 mistakes to avoid when marketing using social media. Until next time, this has been another email update. I'm David Council from Inferno Marketing and Design. I look forward to talking to you next time.